Summer is the season of idleness. And with quarantine, we've pretty much had a 6-month-long summer. If the current news is correct, then this situation might not end anytime soon. And this prolonged idleness is precisely the problem. Idleness is especially dangerous for our spiritual lives because we have a natural tendency to fill this time with the most stimulating activities. Video games, anime, dramas, binge eating, binge sleeping, binge shopping, and there are a lot more addictions out there that pull people further away from God. Humans are pleasure-seeking creatures, and in the Bible, we're called out for this time and time again. More often than not, we choose the short term over the long term. Instead of setting our eyes on eternity, we're thinking about what can make me feel better right now in this moment. Now that might not be the case for everyone, but it's likely that your relationship with God suffers because you're choosing instant gratification over delayed gratification. Doing devotionals and praying wholeheartedly might not change your life today, but doing those things over a period of weeks and maybe even months will change your attitude and outlook on your life as a whole. And it's guaranteed to brighten your relationship with God as well. But I bet you know that already, yet there's still some kind of pushback towards it. You might not want to do devotionals and pray every day. Well, if that's the case, I have 2 suggestions for what you can try to do to fix that. Number 1 is to have a reboot day. First, check out my Date with God video for an idea of what I'm talking about here. A reboot day is just a day where you take a couple hours off, preferably in the morning or afternoon, where you can spend some time with God, just you and Him. And it's called a reboot day because you're resetting your mindset and you're taking the time to realign your thoughts with what's really important. Grab a guitar and sing your favorite worship songs. I've done a couple of these before, and they're really good for getting yourself fired up again in your spiritual life. If you feel like you've fallen really far and want to do an even stronger reboot, I suggest a dopamine detox, and it's exactly what it sounds like. For one day, or maybe even a weekend, stay away from most things that give you dopamine or pleasure. Things like texting, calling, games, videos, memes, stimulating foods and drinks, and just spend the entire day praying, walking, reading, or writing, and being alone with your thoughts. The purpose of taking the time to reboot is to put an abrupt stop to your unhealthy lifestyle and unhealthy habits and get motivated right away to spend some time with God. And hopefully after you do this, you'll be able to ride that momentum into spending time with God every day. Number 2 is to grab a partner. Most of us are doing things alone, and it's hard because when you're alone, it's so easy to get demotivated. So it's crucial to find a friend who wants to do consistent devos with you. This could be weekly or daily, as long as it's consistent and that you commit to it. Having a friend beside you gives you accountability, and as I mentioned in one of my other videos, it's one of the best ways to keep your habits going. How do you keep yourself accountable to your goals every day?
I just assume that my friends are also doing the same, and I don't want to trick my friends or play unfairly compared to them. So I want to keep myself ethical in that sense.
Personally, some of my most spiritual moments this past year have been doing weekly prayer meetings and Bible studies with friends. There's just something about fellowship that really cuts deep into your heart. And the more you have moments like that, the more you know that you're not alone in your faith. It's important to remember that there are friends beside you that want to hold you up, sharpen you, and spur you on in your faith and your relationship with God. It's the perfect opportunity to get to know people and grow closer together in your faith, especially if there's a cute Christian boy or girl that you know. I'm willing to bet that leading devotions is a lot more attractive than lifting chairs. So I made a new Instagram, and if any of you guys want to try out these tips, please shoot me a DM and let me know how it goes. I'm always open to hearing about your relationship with God and the things that you're doing to help yourself grow in your faith. So don't forget to gently demolish that like button and let me know in the comments below what you want to see next. Bye-bye. Great is your faithfulness.